beautiful morning, children. Welcome back to an English class. So, children, are you all happy? Yeah. So, what was our last lesson? Yes, it was about the song from heaven. You all enjoyed the song Silent Night, isn't it? Yes, be ready in the Zoom class. I'll be asking you to sing. Okay. So, now we are going to start a new poem this week, and the name of the poem is the Wind and Nothing More by Edgar Allan Poe. So, what is beautiful in this poem? Now, let's see. So, now let's know about the poet Edgar Allan Poe. So, he was born in 1809 and he was an American writer, editor, and literary critic. So, he is best known for his poetry and short stories, especially his stories of mystery and horror. So, his stories and poems often deal with the themes of death and loss, and they have a dark and a brooding atmosphere. So, The Raven is one of the Poe's most popular poems. So, now let's see what he has said in this poem. So, children, first we'll see the central idea of the passage and then we'll read the poem. Okay. So, first we are going to close your eyes and you're going to imagine and get into this poem. Okay. So, Is the Wind and Nothing More by Edgar Allan Poe. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. Is some visitor? I muted, tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more. So, what is the meaning of this first stanza? Once upon a midnight, what happened? It's late, and the poem's speaker is tired and weak reading an old collection of folklore. Okay, and as he's about to fall asleep, he hears something tapping at his door, and the speaker, somewhat startled, he was confused, and he consoles himself by muttering. Muttering means speaking in a low voice. Is some visitor and nothing more, he said to himself, and he continues the poem. Now the second stanza. Okay. Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. So, children, here in the second stanza, the poet explains that it was in bleak December. Bleak December means we are told that this incident takes place in the month of December, and the narrator had been reading in order to forget about his lost love, Lenore. Okay, so he suffers from some kind of depression, so he wants to forget about his lost love, Lenore. Okay, that's why he is reading. So now the third stanza, children. Okay. Yes, deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token. And the only word there spoken was the whispered word Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word Lenore. Merely this and nothing more. So, children, what is the meaning of the third stanza? Yes. To combat the fear caused by the wind-blown curtains, the narrator repeats the commotion is merely a visitor at the door. It is nothing else. Okay. Now, the last stanza given in your textbook. Okay. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. Surely, said I, surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what threat is, and this mystery explored. Let my heart be still a moment and this mystery explore. Is a wind and nothing more. So, children, what did we understand from the last two stanzas? Yes, already we saw that narrator stares into the darkness. Yes, so he was peering into the darkness and he stares some more and he starts dreaming about the impossible and finally whispers what word? Yes, very good, Lenore. So, Lenore is echoed back. So, again, now the narrator returns to his chamber and soon hears a louder tapping now, and this time at his window. So he decides to explore the noise, telling himself it is merely the wind and nothing more. Okay, children, now understood the meaning of the stanzas? Yes. Now we'll see the exercises. So, children, reading session will be followed during the live class. Okay, be ready, children. Okay. So now we'll finish the exercises. Roman letter A, true or false, page number 55. Okay, first one. The incident narrated in the poem takes place on a bleak December night. Yes, it is true. Second one. The narrator had forgotten all the stories he had read. No, it is false. Next question. Lenore was the name of a rare and a radiant maiden. Yeah, it is true. Fourth one, the narrator tells himself that he is dreaming and no one is really tapping at his door. Yes, it is true. Fifth one, we don't know whether it was a wind or something or someone else who was tapping at the door. Yes, it is true. And now Roman letter B. Read the sentences and answer these questions. First one, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. So A, what was the narrator doing before he nearly fell asleep? So what was he doing, children? So the narrator was thinking about some of the strange and forgotten stories he had read earlier. Okay. B, what did the narrator think when he heard the tapping on the door? So what did he do? So he thought it must be a visitor. Someone had come to visit him. Okay. Now second one. Eagerly I wish the morrow, vainly had sought to borrow from my books seas of sorrow. So what had the narrator sought from his books? Narrator had sought an end to his sorrow from his book. Sorrow means sadness. Okay. Next B. What was the reason for the narrator's sorrow? Yes, the narrator was sorrowful because he had lost his lover, a young maiden named, you all know the name. What is the name? Yes, it is Lenore. So, my dear children, we'll be seeing the reading session and the grammar exercises during the Zoom class. Okay. So, finish whatever assignment is given on time. Okay, children? Take care and stay safe, everyone. See you in the next session. Take care, children.